This topic is finding the total amount given the percentage of a partial amount. And our first example is, suppose a charity received a donation of $25.8 million. If this represents 37% of the charity's donated funds, what is the total amount of its donated funds? And we're going to round to the nearest $1 million. $25.8 million represents 37%. I could change it to a decimal, but I'm just going to leave it as a whole number for this problem. And we want to know what is the total that the charity is getting. So I'm setting up a ratio. I'm going to call the total X, but I know X is equal to 100%. So now I can use cross multiplication. So I can multiply X times 37, and that will equal to 25.8 times 100. So X times 37 is the same thing as 37 times X. And then 25.8 times 100. Let's put a dot there, times 100. And when we multiply by 100, we're going to shift our digits to the left, which makes it appear like our decimal point is going to go 2 digits to the right. So this is going to become 2580. The decimal point right here went 2 digits over there to the right. Although it didn't really move, the digits actually moved. And then we have 37 times X, which is the same thing as 37X. To get X by itself, we need to undo multiplying by 37, which means we're going to divide by 37 on both sides to keep our equation balanced. On the left side, 37 divided by 37 is 1, so we just have 1x. And then on the right side, 2580 divided by 37. So 2580 divided by 37. If you can use a calculator, I certainly would, because doing double-digit division is not super fun. So 37 goes into 258, maybe 6, 7 times, I'm not sure. 42, 18, and 4 is 22. Looks like that's probably going to be it. Let's see, 6, 2, 2, 2. And that's 36, just barely 6 times. And we'll regroup. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be 9 times. 63, 27, and 6 is 33. So 9 times, that was 333. Do some regrouping. And we have a remainder of 27. Now it said round to the nearest $1 million. So our answer so far is $69 million. And then we have 27 over 37. That's our fraction of another million. And I can tell again right away that this fraction right here is more than half. So we are going to round up to the next million. So instead of 69 million, we're going to round up to the next million, which is $70 million. This one says, in a recent year, 31.7% of all registered doctors were female. If there are 52,800 female registered doctors that year, what was the total number of registered doctors? Nearest whole number is what we went around to. So the 52,800 doctors were the female doctors, which was 31.7%. I'm not going to change that to a decimal. I'm just going to leave it as its regular percent, even though it's a decimal right now. I'm not going to divide by 100. And we're trying to figure out what the total doctors were. We're going to put that on the bottom. The top is going to be the female doctors, but we know the total is going to be 100%. So just like before, we're going to cross multiply. So we're going to have 31.7 times x, or 31.7x. And then 52,800 times 100. That would be 52,800, but then we need to multiply by 100, so 2 more zeros. So that becomes 5,280,000. To get x by itself, we need to divide by 31.7 on both sides. So we have x equals 5,280,000 divided by, one more zero though, divided by 31.7. And we still have a little bit more work because we need to multiply the divisor by 10 and the dividend by 10 so that we have a whole number divisor. Then we have not 5 million, it'll be 52 million now, 800,000, because we needed one more zero right down here when we multiply by 10. This one will be fairly easy when we multiply by 10. Everything shifts to the left one spot, so we just have 317. And certainly if you can use a calculator, do it, because this will take you quite a while. So it's going to go in one time. Let's see, that's going to be 211, and then we're going to have lots of fun with division right here. 317 goes into 2,110, maybe 6 times. 10, let's see, 18 and 1 is 19. So it's going to be 6 times. And we're going to have to do again some regrouping. 208. And then we just have to keep doing this over and over again because we have a whole lot of zeros that we have to fill out. This is going to be 6 times again. Let's see, that's going to be a 7 and then a 1. And same thing again. It's not going to be 6 times this time, it's going to be 5 times. 35, 5 plus 3 is 8. And if you're doing long division like this, the hardest part is just making sure that you can read your handwriting and that you put your digits in the quotient in the correct spot and that you just don't get off when you're bringing down zeros. Let's see, this is going to be 6 times again. That's 48. And one more time, and then we're going to have a 1. Okay, and we have 163 out of 317. Now it says rounded to the nearest whole number. So we need to see if this fraction right here is more than half. And half, let's just divide 317 divided by 2. So that's going to be 1. This will be a fairly easy one to do at least. That's going to be 5, 10, and 17, and then that it's 2 goes into 17 8 times. And I don't even care what the remainder is because 163 is more than 158. So this part right here is more than a half, so we're going to need to bump this up by 1. So our answer is going to be 166,562, 160,562 registered doctors.